For this video, we're going to practice changing the filters and a couple of adjustments for this. We're going to break this image down into squares and just apply some filters just to see how they work on some of the areas. So the first thing we're going to be doing, I have a high resolution image that I've opened. I'm now going to put on my guides. So my new guide layout is going to be 4x4. I want 16. That should work with any image you have. They don't have to be squares, rectangles are fine. And you can change the color of your guides. So that's good. No gutters, no margins. So it's just nice, clean squares. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to be isolating the different squares we're going to be working with. So I'm going to choose one. I'm snapping. My snap to guides is on. So you have that on. Then I'm going to copy and paste for a new layer. I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to show you just the first 4. So I'm going to copy, paste, just select, copy, paste. Actually, make sure you're on the background layer when you're doing that. That one did not work. Go back and do that again. Go back on the background. Copy, paste, background. Copy, paste. Okay, so we are going to make these into smart objects. If you make something into a smart object, then your file that you're looking at is really, think it like a file folder. These are all different files that are inside of it, which means that we can individually edit these different layers and they will not affect the rest of the picture. So smart object, smart object. Okay, I'm going to show you how to isolate your layer to be able to change it and how to do it so you can see exactly what you're doing in relation to everything else. So for the first layer, let's just do this layer, which is going to be, I believe, this one. I'm going to be changing that. Let's do an adjustment. So I can go, and if I turn it on, I have isolated this layer, and I can go and do an adjustment. I could turn it black and white. Okay, and then if I save it, and I go back to this one, it's now black and white because I've changed it over here because I've kind of taken this out and it's its own thing. So that's how to do adjustments. So there are a lot of different adjustments you can do, right? So you can play around with those, see how that works for you. That's the only required adjustment. So I'm going to go back to my layers. Okay, for the next one, I'm going to go to layer number 2, layer number 3. I'm going to do a noise layer. I'm going to filter, noise. I'm going to add noise. What that does is it just adds all these little specks, which is going to be kind of cool. So it looks a little grainy, kind of a grainy look to it, right? So that's a really good one to have. Save it. I'm going to go back to my main one. There it is. That's that one. And for this one, why don't we do a Gaussian blur? So for this, I want to see how it looks like in real time. So I'm going to make sure I'm on the right layer. Then I'm going to go over here to filter, blur, like Gaussian blur, right? This is really a good way to blur. You want a little bit of blurring, a little bit. There we go. Okay, this way I can see it while I'm doing it, which is kind of nice. So there's my blur. Let's see. For this one, I'm going to show you all the artistic filters, which is going to be where you're going to get a lot of interesting effects. So I'm going to go back to this layer, layer 1, which is going to be this one. I'm going to go over here to my filters, my filter gallery, and here they are. All right, so these are different sketch. The artistic one, the cutout one, I think is pretty useful because this makes it look like it's you see this a lot. This effect. This makes almost like paper cutouts, like kind of like a collage, and you can change it, like how much detail you want, and kind of play around with that. Okay, so that's that one. So those are 4 different things you can use. So just go through and just kind of play with it and kind of and figure out the rest of them, anything that you want to do, and then just pass it in. Okay, good luck. Thank you.